Building a stronger financial foundation? Good plan. Northwestern Mutual's Guide to Good Financial Planning can help you balance spending and saving, set goals, and start creating the life you want to be living. You'll learn how the tools in your financial plan reinforce each other to help you minimize taxes and offset potential risks. Grow your confidence by strengthening your finances today at northwesternmutual.com/goodplan. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, everyone. It's Bran. I'm loving Hallmark Christmas movies. Loving them.
Hey, it's Panda. And I'm liking Hallmark Christmas movies. Liking them.
Hey, everyone. It's Dan. And I'm despising Hallmark Christmas movies. Despising them.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Oh,
Righto.
I got to tell you, I'm
What's
not
up?
in the right frame of mind. We went live right before we started this. And if you're on Deck the Hallmark Plus, on Bramble Jam Plus, and you're on the Facebook group, you can watch it live. And you asked us if we could be any doctor around Christmas, which one would we be?
Yes.
And Panda said Dr. Zhivago. And I'm just now realizing that that's in the middle of the Russian Revolution.
Uh-huh.
And that's who you would,
Yeah.
a doctor like struggling to make it in the early 1900s in the
100%.
Russian Revolution.
Yeah, the best type.
Okay. I literally was the whole intro. I was like,
I was a little disappointed that you didn't acknowledge that
wait
earlier.
a minute. The what?
Sometimes the meaning's in the struggle.
Yeah, sometimes it is.
Which doctor were you?
Dre.
Yeah.
Duh.
Quinn.
Quinn.
Thanks. Yeah.
That makes more sense than Dr. Zhivago.
What's the second doctor, though? If you could be any.
Seuss.
Oh!
Yeah. Maybe Ock. Doc Ock.
Oh.
Dr. Troyer. He was my family doctor.
I really liked him.
Still better than Dr. Zhivago.
He had a soothing voice.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Dr. J.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dr. J. That's right.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Doc, where each week we talk about doctors we'd like to be. I'm your host, Brad. I'm here with my good friends. Today we're talking about doctors specifically at Christmas time that we would like to be.
Christmas doctor.
You might be wondering, what makes a doctor at Christmas time any different? How does it change how you choose your doctor? And to explain that, we're going to go to Dan. Dan, explain to the people.
So I'm going to skip the explanation to tell you this. First of all, we love the troops. We love the troops. Second of all, we're good-hearted, good-natured people. Having said those two things, if you hold this movie as a special place in your heart, you may not want to listen to this episode. And that's what makes a Christmas doctor different than any other doctor.
Listen,
Back
I've got
to
your
you,
back because
Bran.
I like this. We'll get to it.
Yeah, okay.
I like this movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So it's it's a doctor that has just a lot of candy canes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's kind of
Really?
changes. It's like, what doctor would you like to
Got
be and also eat candy canes
Yeah.
as?
Really?
So that's kind of how things switch up a little bit. Speaking of switching things up, guys, I'm thinking about switching things up for my snackage.
Really?
Oh.
It's a good time to do it.
How so?
Universal Yum's holiday box.
Oh,
this week.
That's the perfect time because I am
This week.
I am about to watch a ton of Hallmark movies starting this weekend, heading into Thanksgiving week, heading into Thanksgiving weekend. Lots and lots of movies.
If you need visual proof of all the goodies that Universal Yums is going to give you in the holiday box, just wait, because in the upcoming week, you're going to see us unbox our very own Universal Yums
It's
holiday
true.
box. It is 10 different countries worth of snacks
Wow.
for you to watch movies with. It
So
is
much.
everything you could possibly want.
It's overwhelming.
For all of your friends and family that love snacks for the holidays, you got to get them this gift. There's just no way around it. It's the
So
best
cool.
gift there is.
I'm
So
very
cool.
excited. I got one for myself. I'm getting one for other people.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the type of gift that you do want to gift to yourself.
Yes.
So
for
what can
sure.
you do?
Start there and then work your way out.
That's right. UniversalYums.com/deck. Big fans of them. They're big fans of us. So let's be fans of each other.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
keep saying that, and I kind of like that.
It's weird.
Why do you think it's weird?
Just this.
I'm a fan of you.
Big
You're
fans
a fan
of us,
me.
so we're big fans of them. And
No.
So let's be fans of each other. That's what you said.
Yes.
You said we're big fans of them. They're big fans of us. So let's be fans of each other. At no
Technically,
point.
they already are. Aren't
No,
they?
no. I'm talking to the people.
So let's be fans of each other.
You
should be saying
no.
you should be a fan of both of us. You should be a fan of us and them.
Let's work on this one more time.
No, I'm with Brand on this
okay.
one. I've
So
thought about it.
let's-
I'm with yes.
So
They're
they
fans of
are
us.
fans of us.
We're
Yes.
fans
We're
of them.
fans of them.
So let's be fans of each other.
Let's be fans of each other.
Good luck,
You're
buddy.
listening to us, so let's.
Thank you for being a fan.
So let's be fans
Universal
of each other.
jobs.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
Dial it back a bit.
I'm
Hey.
really trying here.
They're fans of us. We're fans of them. You should be fans of them too.
Oh, so you're saying collectively?
Collectively,
everyone,
that's not
okay,
what he
because
said.
you're already fans. Okay, I could get on board with that.
What I'm saying originally is they are fans of us.
We
Okay.
will stop doing
We are
this
fans-
if you'll go to universalyums.com/deck.
So let's be fans of each other.
No, I think that checks.
Let's do it.
I even wrote a song about it. Don't do it. They are fans of us. We're fans of them. Let's be fans of each other.
How do we
Universal
have
Yums.
actual fans? Have we ever stopped and thought
I
about that?
don't think we do.
But I can tell you this: whomever Brand is talking to, he's asking them to be fans of us.
No. This
But
is
they're
where-
already fans of us.
Time out. I don't want to kick a dead horse.
or beat a dead horse. For that matter.
that either.
Don't want to beat him while he's down.
I will say, if you're kicking them, you might as well.
That's right.
No. But what Brand's clarifying is, okay, we're fans of them.
Yes.
They are fans of us. But then there's a third party involved.
Yes.
And we're asking that third party to let's be fans.
Which
of
would
each-
include us being fans of the listeners,
Which we are.
individually.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Which we are.
We know all the listeners. We're fans of all.
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. Well,
The ones we know.
of the ones
It
we
just
know, I'm a
doesn't work.
big fan. No. I am a fan of that third party. I want to be abundantly clear. I'm going to go on the record. The third party I'm a fan of.
Okay.
Let's be fans of each other. It's time for the Christmas Doctor. Originally aired on November 15th, 2020.
2020.
And it went a little something like this. The movie opens up with Dr. Zoe, who's a traveling doctor. She just finished up a stint in NYC. She gets invited to go to a super small town, which isn't what she normally does. She normally goes to the big cities, but she agrees and heads off. When she arrives, no one is there at the office. But then this hunk comes out of nowhere. His head was under the desk. He was fixing computers. His name is Luke, and they do not stop making eyes at each other. They are locked in. She goes to the house that she's going to be staying at, and guess who's there again? And bumps his head again. It's Luke. Luke is divorced, and he has a daughter who's in college and is home for the holiday season. And he's also basically the owner of the house that she's going to be staying in. It was his mom's. So there's one patient that she can't quite figure out what's wrong with her. She's making a lot of calls. Certain aspects of this are reminding her of a patient that she had while she was over as a doctor at war. So she starts to hang out with Luke a good bit more, and they even find themselves under the mistletoe at one point, but she pulls back away because she has to go deliver a baby. We've all been there. We've all tried to kiss someone and be like, oh, it's baby o'clock. We keep having flashbacks to this patient that she was while she was in the military, and they became really close. She would play chess with him. And was just there for this patient while he was going through such a tough time. But we don't know why we keep seeing these flashbacks. Luke finally gets enough courage to ask Zoe out on a date or dinner, whatever you want to call it. And whenever they're there eating, everyone in town is watching. They are all in on this relationship. But she leaves early again because she figures out what is wrong with the patient. The girl just needs to get rid of everything in her house that's nickel, and she'll be good to go. Woohoo, Zoe. Zoe starts to walk around. Everybody is talking about how great of a doctor is, literally yelling as she walks by. Zoe's such a good doctor. So that doesn't hurt the ego one bit. Zoe starts to wonder why Dr. Ray found her. There's certain things that are being said that makes it sound like she was chosen, but why? She then goes caroling with Luke. They almost kiss, but are interrupted by a Santa honking his horn. But don't worry, they pick right back up. They kiss because that's what you would do in that situation. It's the night of the Township Hero Award. You know the one. Dr. Ray wins the award, brings Dr. Zoe on stage, and he's like, this award is for all the frontline workers everywhere. Huzzah! And then we get a tribute video for Dr. Ray. And I think we all wanted to see more of that for sure. In the slideshow, we see a picture of him and his son. The son is the patient from overseas. She cared for, but she missed that picture because a little girl gave her a candy cane. At Christmas dinner, Dr. Ray asked Zoe to be his new partner because he wants to take a step back. And she's like, I already have another assignment. I got to go to Philly right after this. I'm so sorry. Luke hears that. He's bummed out. He tries to play it cool, gives her a snow globe, wishes her a Merry Christmas, but you know he's super duper bummed. It's Christmas morning. She's getting ready to pack up and leave. Dr. Ray shows up and he's like, listen, apparently you missed the picture in the slideshow. Candy cane situation. We've all been there. I have to tell you that about this letter that I wrote about 6 years ago. It came back unopened. It was for you because you were the one taking care of my son. I thank you so much. He didn't die alone. It was beautiful, very sweet moment. And then she leaves. She goes to Philly. She does her assignment and she gets back. She was only in Philly for 5 days, I believe. She gets back. It's New Year's Eve. She sees the snow globe sitting there and she decides, I'm going to go find him. I'm going to go find Luke. And so she finds him and says, hey, I'm looking for a place to call home. And he's like, I think you just stopped my heart. And she's like, I can start that again with a big old kiss. She takes the job with Dr. Ray. And that, my friends, was the Christmas Doctor.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, everybody. That's exactly right. Hey, we are going to take a quick break, hear from a sponsor, and then we're going to come back. We're going to dive into this movie, break it down with 4, maybe 5 segments.
Razzle dazzle.
We'll see. We'll be right back here on Deck the Hallmark. Here's the thing. You're making your Christmas playlist right now. Oh, what's that you hear? That's some nice, soulful, jazzy Christmas music.
It's the good stuff.
This is really nice, you're thinking. What is this? It's Lauren Daigle.
Lauren Daigle?
The Lauren Daigle. She put out an album a few years back called Behold. And I'm here to tell you, you're literally hearing it right now. It is the perfect addition to your Christmas playlist. Whether it is a playlist that you are going to drive to or a Christmas playlist you're going to put on while you're decorating your house next week, whatever it might be, Lauren Daigle is the perfect addition. Simply search for Lauren Daigle's Behold on your streaming service of choice. Add it to your playlist because, I mean, you're going to want more of this. Just listen to it, everybody. That's good stuff.
Come on.
The beautiful sounds of Lauren Daigle's Behold. Add it to your playlist this holiday season. You will not regret it. We're back, everybody. We're back.
Hey.
We're talking about that Christmas Doctor. We're talking about that Christmas Doctor.
The Christmas one.
The Christmas Doctor.
Okay, good.
Now, Panda, you thought earlier today we were talking about a movie called The Christmas Duck.
That's right.
That's true.
You were
I
very
do
excited.
want to know,
Yeah.
what do you think the premise of The Christmas Duck would be?
Okay, so you go to a farm.
Yep.
It's Christmas time. Somebody has just had their heart broken and they're alone on Christmas. They open the barn door. There's a brand new baby duck there. Roll credits.
How long is this trip out of the barn? Hour and a half?
What happened
$1.50?
in this trip?
You mean the trip to the barn?
Yeah.
Wind's blowing. It's very cold.
Wow. So how long is this movie?
Right now it's clocking in at a solid 45 seconds.
Yeah. No.
It's good, though, man.
It was on Quibi.
It was on Quibi. Rest in peace. We're not talking about the duck today. We're talking about the doctor.
Christmas Duck would be great, though.
It would. It's that we have 4 segments. We're going to start with a hot take. We're going to share exactly how we felt about this movie. We don't hold back. I think that's why people have come to love and expect out of this. You know, we don't hold back.
You're doing it.
We don't hold back.
You're doing a great job.
We don't hold back.
You don't.
Panda,
Yeah.
you don't hold back.
I don't.
No.
You are. I think you put it out there more than anyone I know.
I try to.
Yeah.
In the most clear way.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Panda.
Earlier he said big like for this movie, so I'm looking
like.
forward to more of that.
Well, you teased us. Tell us more about this big like.
So here's the deal. When I had very low expectations going into this movie, this was not, I don't think I necessarily had my bottom list, but it was just one I wasn't excited about. I felt like, okay, we've seen this plot, a similar variation of this plot before. Just wasn't exciting to me. Went in, really fell in love with Holly's character. And then Luke is a great male lead. He's,
Adrian Holmes?
Yeah, he's wonderful. Love him. He's super charming. The town was charming. The diner, with all of its incredible quirks, is charming. And the movie just has this incredibly rich chemistry between the characters that I really enjoyed. Really liked the plot far more than I thought I was going to. And then the performance by the dad of the soldier who passes away.
Dr. Ray.
He amps it up near the end of the movie in a scene we'll talk about on All the Feels. But this movie lands squarely in the like category, big like for me.
Big like.
Big like.
like.
And I
Big
do.
taste.
You know, just because we talk so much about Timeless Christmas and everything, I feel like this is actually a better movie than Timeless Christmas in some sense, or at least maybe it exceeded my expectation more than any movie has this year. In the sense, maybe other than
So
Holly
you
and
said
Ivy.
Timeless Christmas may sneak into your top 5, so that means this would have knocked it out, and this is going to be in your top 5.
It's close because I wasn't 100% sure Timeless Christmas.
But this
was
one's
gonna
better
sneak.
than that one.
I do think it is better.
Okay.
So is this one?
This one's got to be in there.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. I've got to think about it. It's a big like. It's a big like, boys.
Big
I don't know what
like.
it might. Will it?
Yeah.
Will it? I don't know. Holly and Ivy is such a good Christmas movie. It's really hard to throw
Holly and
that
Ivy's
one
5
out.
right now?
Holly and Ivy's 5 right now. That's the spot to compete for. I do think that the feel here's where it's getting me held up. The feel with the dad at the end when he's talking about his son feels in a lot of ways a more authentic hit in the heart than Holly and Ivy did. If that makes sense.
As a whole.
Because that scene is so dang
And that
good.
scene is 80 seconds long, and this movie
But
is
there's a lot
83
of
minutes
but there's a lot
long.
of good chemistry between. I don't know.
Okay.
You're right. It's a tough guys. This is why we're the pros, though.
That's
and
why
think
we're the
a lot,
pros.
We
That's
think
right.
a lot about
Yeah.
these things.
Leave it to us.
Yeah, I liked everything about this movie. I liked the two leads a lot. I thought there was every time they were together, I was really digging it. I always enjoy HRP. I think she always delivers, and I liked Adrian. I thought he was great. The storyline was great. Everything was great about it. I would say movies and mysteries. You know, I talked about in the preview or the kickoff. One of the 3 previews or the kickoff, I talked about how
What about the look back?
No, not yet.
Okay.
How the movies and mysteries, I tend to gravitate a little bit more. I like the
Yeah.
drama. I like it a little bit more serious, unless it's overly wacky, and then I'm in. And so, you know, so far this year in my top 5 as of this moment, I got Delivered by Christmas. I have The Christmas Boat. I have Cranberry Christmas in there from the movies and mysteries slate. And this movie is probably it's not going to be any of those. It's not my favorite movies and mysteries. It's not going to be in the top 5. It's probably going to end up in the middle. Just because for me, I didn't get as caught up in the stories and in the relationship and stuff like that as I did in those storylines. And so that's just a me thing. I thought it was fine. I liked everything about it. Great performances, good story. Great performance by Dr. Ray at the end. Obviously brought it home. If you don't like that, you're a monster. But not going to break it in to the top 5 for Brand.
I just realized 4 of my top 5 are movies and mysteries.
Welcome to the movies and mysteries,
There you
Saul,
have
baby.
it. The best thing about this movie is that it is over. This movie, it is abysmal. It is so bad. And I firmly believe it is not the fault of the players in the main cast at all. Holly Robinson Peete, God bless her. I don't know how she does it. She looks like she just walked off the set of Hanging with Mr. Cooper 25 years ago. She looks the exact same. And she's always a delight. The guy that plays Dr. Ray, that one scene, look, This movie is so ham-fisted and terribly wrought in hiding this secret, in trying to overwrench emotion out of a scene that would never, ever happen in real life and shouldn't happen in the movies. For a solid hour and 10 minutes, it's a terrible B-plot. Having said that, that one scene does work incredibly well because that Joker gives a great performance in that one scene. That does not make up for, if it weren't for the troops and death, what is a laughable movie. It's a laugh riot from start to finish. There's so many miscues. I do agree that the Adrian Holmes guy, I think he's really good too. It's not the fault of those three main actors. It's the fault of the story that is just so hot, just cobbled together in the most preposterous way. I really had I hated it. I just didn't like it at all.
I just love that she wins the town over, though. I mean, that's so cute.
Gosh darn it. I can't believe she won the town over.
I like that plot. You know what? That might be one of my favorite plots.
I think the more impressive thing is that she gets sold by, like, she buys it.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so cute.
This movie is not as bad as Christmas Tree Lane. It's not as bad as The Christmas Ring, but it is worse than the rest of them. That is where this movie is. I can tell you specifically, out of the 16 we've watched now, this ranks 14th of those 16 movies. It is bad. And yes, if you're asking, it's a dumpster.
You like Jingle Bell Bride more?
I like Jingle Bell Bride more than this movie, for sure.
No way, Jose.
For sure.
No way, Jose.
For sure.
No way, Jose.
No.
You kidding me? Ronnie Rowe?
Oh, I mean,
soothing sounds of Ronnie Rowe.
Don't get me wrong.
Ronnie Rowe. Oh, yeah. Ronnie Rowe. Ronnie Rowe here, soothing you down with the sounds of that smooth, don't you know, jazz.
What do we got up next, Ronnie Rowe?
Ronnie Rowe does a radio station,
a late night show with Trace.
With Tracy.
Yeah.
That is sugar and spice right there.
Got Hot Shell Ray coming up next.
We always
messed up week. 7 days of better, 7 days of better, and our girlfriend cheated on me. It's time for All the Feels, part of the show we talk about what in this movie
I was also very underwhelmed by the lack of giant bird. I forgot that. Keep going. There was no giant cardinal that wreaked havoc among the town. And
despite what the cover
based
might
upon
make
the
you
poster
think.
of the movie, that's
The
not
cardinal
okay.
comes up to her hip
It's
and
not
on the poster.
No, that cardinal
And,
should have been really, really terrifying, and it just wasn't.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. The cardinal didn't sneak its
But
way
it's the
into my
binoculars.
synopsis.
They're
I'm
looking
sorry.
through the binoculars. That's what the poster is. Then why is she so small, Twitter?
Twitter's always defending birds. And it's just like, get over
We
it,
looked through the
Twitter.
binoculars for the cardinal, then we just put small, regular size HRP next to her in her soldier outfit.
Yeah. Hey, All the Feels. Panda feels them.
Okay, scene with the dad, obviously at the very end, is a great one. But also, guys, I'm gonna have it in my wait what's a bunch, but the diner wins me over.
Oh my
that
gosh.
diner is guys, just the fun, quirky, weird local diner.
Guy loves a diner.
I love
he loves
my diners.
He loves daily specials
we went-
and he loves diners.
We
I
went
do.
when we were in New Jersey for Christmas Con, which seems like a decade
Oh my
ago.
God. The best diner.
There was a diner up the street that served literally everything. Sandwiches, burgers, it didn't matter.
best.
Served it all. Breakfast. You could order anything anytime you wanted. It was a classic New Jersey diner. And I swear he never stopped talking about the sandwich he had there. And the sandwich was
Sub was
good.
awesome.
But his love of diners just took over.
Yeah.
It took over at that
No,
point.
I don't have listen, I fully am aware that when you incorporate a diner into any sort of event or movie, that my objectivity about the event or
The food,
movie
yeah.
is not
Yeah.
going to be as accurate because
loves
diners
diners.
are great. I love it. I love a good diner.
If we're looking for a new host for diners, drive-ins, and dives, I mean,
One of my favorite shows. I love guys. I love because sometimes they are doing stuff in the culinary world no one else is thinking of.
You need to
This
go.
show's been on for over a decade.
They're throwing sauce. They're stuffing things with cheese you didn't even think you could. It's awesome.
You need to go on a diners, drive-ins, and dives road trip
Yeah.
with your 3 favorite stickers.
Guys.
Hot Shell Ray?
Yeah. You know, Shell,
would be-
Shell, Ray,
Hot Shell and Ray.
Yeah, Shell Ray. So this was one that it gave me feels when it happened, and then I was thinking about it as I was going to sleep last night. I was like, did I mess that up? I didn't mess it up. So as she's driving into town for the first time, we see the town sign, and the population is 4,998. Okay?
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, we see it's 5,000 because of the babies she delivered, and then they counted her as a resident. And I thought that was really sweet. I like that a lot. She's driving back into
That's
town.
some attention to detail that I can't believe exists in this movie.
She's driving back into town. She's about to call this place home, and they're already calling her. Like, they're like, this, she's home. Like, they're already counting her. I like that. I liked it a lot. And I appreciate also their commitment to updating the number.
Yeah,
because
a lot of times they let them languish.
They do, yeah, and we don't like that.
We don't want it
if
to
you're
let
gonna
them
have a number, at
have
least
to
make it
let
be
it
accurate.
linger.
So I like that a lot. I thought it was a really sweet moment. Obviously, the moment
Yeah.
at the end. I mean, whatever.
The moment with the dad, like, I was just not expecting. Like, I was expecting 100% that, like, we know the whole movie long that Dr. Ray is the father of this guy she treated in war. It is obvious to the naked eye. You just have to watch the movie. The way they keep her from finding out is
That's not great.
embarrassing to filmmaking in general. But the scene where he finally divulges this information to her, whoever the guy that plays Dr. Ray is, he crushed it. And she is great too, but it is like he really lost his son, and she's the last fragment of him that is left. That's how good this scene is. I don't know what movie they thought they were filming there. It's a great scene. It's a wonderful scene. It did give me feels. How could it not? It's a great scene.
I saw Dr. Ray live last year. It was him, a saxophone.
Ooh, man, he can get it. Was it as good as Daigle?
Well, here's the situation. He also brought like a hip hop dancer with him.
Just randomly.
Just random. And it was him on saxophone with the dancer doing like some breakdancing stuff.
Kind of weird.
Some popping and locking. It worked better than you might think.
Wow.
Hot Shell Ray loved it, brought him on tour.
He's opening.
Go,
for him.
he's Ray.
Yes,
Oh,
but
Does
then
he come out and
unfortunately,
do a sax solo in tonight at the
yeah,
end?
but unfortunately, COVID shut the tour down.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah. We'll get
you know.
back there. We're
But
big Shell Ray heads.
We're big, yeah, big old ones. Hey, let's take a quick break. Do you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
And then we'll be right back. We'll talk about the wait what's, the what the hallmarks. Razzle dazzle?
Razzle.
Yeah, I'm
dazzle.
ready for the razzle dazzle.
Oh my gosh, we're back already?
We're
Yes,
back.
who's back?
Wow.
again.
It's time for the Wait What, a Spark show. We talk about one this movie made us go, wait, what? Panda.
Two of my wait what's involved the diner, a lot of diner talk today, and then one involves
Diner Talk with Panda.
So what's the deal with that diner? Meatloaf Monday.
If that's the highlight of any week in any town in any country, I want out immediately.
But the more disconcerting thing is everyone knows that Meatloaf Monday is sending people to the doctor. Because
Well-
they sat there and they said, it's quiet right now. They said, Meatloaf Monday hasn't happened
No,
yet.
they do. What they say is no one's here because of Meatloaf Monday. They're not. And then later on, when the doctor comes in, he says, "You never know, Meatloaf Monday," but it's clearly a joke. She's saying the reason it's quiet is because people are at Meatloaf
Are all
Monday.
getting the meatloaf. Okay, I interpreted
Yeah.
that as it's quiet right now, but Meatloaf Monday
When
always
I heard
is.
that, I was actually shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is the dumbest line ever. And then they continued that bit the whole week. And I'm like, at least they tried to save face with it, because that's just weird.
Their commitment to serving apple cider with Mexican food is disconcerting. As somebody who loves Mexican food,
Well, remember, it's a diner. They serve everything.
yeah, but okay.
So it's not real
I will say,
Mexican
which is true. But also the other problem is, guys, I'm not one to sit there and critique what you drink with your Mexican food, but apple cider, whether it's served hot or cold, is off limits. It's a no-go for me.
You're circling. You're circling when you should be landing the plane of this server may be a psychopath.
Because she keeps forcing them to drink the
Yes.
apple cider?
They haven't had it to drink in years, and she continues to bring it. She doesn't even let them order. They're probably scared to fire her because she'll burn down the place. This server is I'm worried
I
about
like to
her.
think that she's just inattentive at times. Like she just they ordered it a couple times and then just for the past several years.
But you can't get mad at these people for drinking cider when the server's bringing it without them asking for it.
You're also like, your whole thing about diners is how they're revolutionary. They're putting cheese in things where they don't belong, but keep your cider
That's
where
right.
it belongs.
No, not with Mexican food.
Yeah, no, I have
a diner.
okay, but there's also you cross the line into just crass, okay? And I would say that's
So
crass.
serving like guacamole at a diner that also has Meatloaf Monday isn't crass.
I would say that checks.
Okay, but cider, cold or hot, with said Mexican food is a no.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah,
I stand by
there's-
everything
What
I've
about
said.
what about like with some spicy candy in it?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that?
What?
Apple cider with we put
Red
hot,
Hots.
we put Red Hots.
Red
in it.
Hots.
That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah.
I've
Never
never
had?
done that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Okay.
But I'm just worried
I
about
could get back on.
Okay, Mexican food,
the logical
spicy cider.
consistency of this.
No,
is
it's-
on par with the movie. But also, I want to be clear: no one ever orders apple cider in this movie. The server continues to bring it. She is the problem
Because it's good. You don't know
They never drink it. He says, "I don't drink it."
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's true. Okay.
Yeah, it's the server.
The other thing is, how much candy was Dr. Ray
Roy.
given? Dr. Ray was given the kids, so much so, whenever they would come to the office, he goes, we had to switch to sugar-free candy after some complaints from the dentist, which makes me think, okay, like no dentist is going to sit there and say, oh, you've had a little bit of candy, that's a no-go, unless you're eating copious amounts of it, which makes me wonder, how much candy was he giving the kids when they were coming to the doctor's office? Enough that the dentist is sitting there going, hey, Dr. Ray, buddy, we've got to scale back on the candy. At least switch to sugar-free when you're giving it to the
I
kids.
gave him a prescription for penicillin and a pound of cotton candy. Yes, no.
The dentist is doing work. That darn Dr. Ray.
That's right. Dr. Ray.
Kid has cavity.
He did it again. Is that it?
Yeah.
Dr. Ray, when he first walks in to meet what's her name in the movie, Holly Robinson Peete. She says, hi, Dr. Johnson. And he says, no one calls me that. Call me Dr. Ray. And it's just like a very like, dude, I just,
In this movie,
I'm Cash. Call me Dr. Ray.
In this movie, both leads that are doctors, a combined total of 7 times, there's no way it's less than that, correct people that call them doctors and replace it with their first name. Holly Robinson Peete does it, I think, 5 times, where she goes, please, it's Zoe. 5 times in this movie. Like at some point, you just
let it go.
let it roll.
Yeah. I was impressed that the entire inn of this small town is booked for the entire holiday season. I don't know. It caught me off guard. I didn't see it coming. She says she's never seen a cardinal before.
Yeah.
She
Bold.
says she's never seen a cardinal before.
Bold.
And
I
some-
saw
they're not-
she literally travels all over the country.
I saw a cardinal yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, cardinals aren't universal across the United States. Like, there's some places that don't have cardinals, is my understanding of cardinals.
But
St. Louis
she's
has it.
in the same state that she lives.
She's from the state.
She lives in New York.
She's from Vanderton. She went to college in Vanderton.
She's
her sister is close enough to travel
Maybe
to this.
they're just native to that town.
The Cardinals are only in this town.
Like, I don't know where the birds migrate.
It was of all the things to defend, it was that one.
I don't think it's my best work defending it.
Well, try this one.
Okay.
The daughter at one point, she's about to go back to college, and she says, yes, Dad, I know. I'm going to do 10. I'm going to do 2 and 10 is what she does. And she does the wrong bit. She does, I'm going to do 2, which is the 10.
Yeah.
And what do you say to that one?
No,
2 and 10.
Having done something similar in my past, I understand the mishap.
reverse clock
It's a reverse clock.
situation.
And
Yeah.
when you're looking at it from a backwards perspective,
when you put the mirror up.
it checks out. If you're, it's perspective. Maybe you don't
And
get
last
it.
but not least, there's nothing wrong inherently about this, but I just hate it. And it's the Vanderton cheer. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's plenty wrong with it.
I just hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that bit.
Yeah.
Work till the job is done. Work
till
to number one.
But why? Like,
Every time they,
but do you think like it's a requirement to graduate from Vanderton that when you see someone else and you've both confirmed that you went to Vanderton, it doesn't matter where you are.
it's going to get sticky real fast.
It's going to get sticky real fast. You're sliding in your row at a funeral. You see somebody with a Vanderton tag.
Son of
Oh no. I got to do the full work to the job is done. Work to victory number one. Sorry. Condolences, Continue.
Okay, but isn't it kind of like that bit in Gilmore Girls? I'm not trying to defend it, but like Gilmore Girls, you know how he does the Yale cheer, and they always do like Mr. Gilmore always does the cheer. I just thought it was something like that. Still annoying. Don't get me wrong.
No,
This is
again,
making me wanna watch Gilmore Girls, for sure.
It is a thing.
Is a thing.
I'm not. There's nothing wrong with it. I just hated it.
I'm
It was bad.
anti-cheers
I hated
in
the
general.
cheer.
But that one
I
was
don't
super
like cheers.
awkward and
because it was
cringy.
like, we're with Vanderton, work, and then it's like it gets
Yeah.
away from him real fast. I hated the cheer. I'm fine with school spirit, just didn't like the cheer, and
If
I
they
was
had changed
bummed.
the cheer up, would you have been better with it?
What if the cheer was better? I absolutely would have been better.
Really?
Okay.
Yes,
Wow,
100%.
I would not have, but the cheer being bad did not help for sure.
When it happened again, I was just like, "This is happening. We gotta get it again." I didn't see it coming.
Yeah,
Work.
I've got a bunch. Let's start when she's talking with her sister about how she never comes home for the holidays. And her sister says, last year we celebrated the 4th of July on Easter. Why? Why did you, at that point, it's done, right? Like if you waited 9 months for the 4th of July, you're not breaking out the red, white, and blue in the fireworks, right? Right? Like you're not going to be like, well, we still have to celebrate the 4th of July, even though it's the next calendar year.
Or were they saying they celebrated it early?
No. Because she does another bit. She does another one. The other one made sense. We celebrated Thanksgiving on Christmas or something like that. Yeah. And then we celebrated the 4th of July on Easter. It would make more sense to say we celebrated Easter on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because it's a couple months late, whatever. But at this point, if we're a year behind, you just hold out for the next 4th of July. You missed one. There's just no way around.
You double up the next year.
Can we talk about
Double the fire.
Can we talk about this local town Santa briefly? I have some questions. First of all, filmmakers, when he's out on the street, you color corrected his face purple. That is not his fault. But when he's on the street ringing the bell, his face is a nice shade of violet because you've color corrected to make the movie look Christmassy. But I'm worried that he's not working for any sort of charity. He is a grifter. Why do I think that? Because when he goes to see the doctor, he takes his bowl of money with him. He's in the doctor's office, sitting on the table with a giant bowl of cash beside him. Why would you do that? Why is a charity Santa taking all of his charity cash into the doctor's office with him? I don't understand that for the life of me. What's going on there?
You've never been in his shoes.
Yeah, I think that's clear. Maybe you guys can help me make sense of
Would
this.
you ever be a Santa?
My brother was for Salvation Army one year.
Wow.
True story. It was like he made decent money.
Would you?
I know that's not the point, but he
Would you
made
do
money. Yeah, I would do it. Sure.
Well, that's good because me and Brian signed you up.
It's COVID. I wouldn't do it during COVID.
I will say I heard the other day at the what's it called, the Cabela's. They have a Santa. He's in a plexiglass box.
Are you serious?
You stand on the outside.
I'm out for that.
and you
No.
can't tell that there's a box there. You're just kind of sitting there. It looks great. And it's, I guess they did it.
I would wait till COVID was
figured it
over.
out. They
Yeah,
figured it out.
for sure.
Put me in a box and I'm in.
Yeah.
That would be, to me, the way to do it, because then you don't have to deal with the kids sitting on your lap all the time. You're just like, hey, buddy.
I was talking about a Salvation Army Santa. Not
No,
a
I'm
sit
talking
down.
I'm talking to
I would
also.
never do that.
Yeah.
I would do the ring the bell.
I didn't
give
know
me
they
change.
dressed up like
Yeah,
Santa.
that's what he's doing in the movie. That's the whole bit. from the movie.
Yeah. I'm just talking. I didn't know that was a thing.
No. Yeah, the others. No. Never. You maybe can make me help me make sense of this. When Dr. Ray's on the mend and she comes over, Zoe, to check on him, and it's Dr. Ray, Dr. Ray's wife, and Zoe out there, and Dr. Ray's wife brings him some hot tea, and he says, "Pretty soon you'll have me drinking just hot water and lemon," and then Zoe says, "Better yet, just hot water." And then Ray's wife says, "Better yet, just warm water."
I missed all of that
I'm just telling
conversation.
you, you can take it to the tape. And please, if
So
you're
it
listening,
goes from tea.
he gets tea and he
Yeah.
goes, "Pretty soon," I've got it all written down. "Pretty soon, you'll have me drinking just hot water and lemon." And then Zoe,
Right.
one of them goes, "Better yet, just hot water, no lemon."
Cut out the lemon. Sure.
And then the next girl goes, "Better yet, just warm water."
That can't be in the movie.
That's
Okay,
not a
no,
thing.
no, no,
That's
no,
not
no,
real.
no, no.
That's
This
not
movie
real.
is garbage.
What
and
does that
is
mean?
in there. I don't know if it's just protecting them from getting burned. I have no earthly idea what it means.
Okay, that's more of what the Homer, like what happened in the past that he can't
no,
drink hot.
Okay, anytime you hear that dialogue, that is the definition of wait. What did I just
My
hear?
guess, maybe you know, that's the bit of the caffeine in the tea gives him the jitters, so he's trying to cut back
to hot
water and lemon.
And then they're saying lemon is no good.
Lemon makes
Normally
him.
lemons get, but normally
No,
lemons good for
lemon
you.
gives him rashes. He has rashes,
It's a lemon rash.
but he can't
Yeah.
just drink hot water. It's
So
not good
I'm
to
there
him.
on the hot water.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
get
that
it.
I
and
get.
I
Yeah, so if
understand
I'm just
that.
drinking hot water, it
Yeah.
might as well be just warm.
Yeah,
Because at that point, it's drinkable.
I missed that.
Guys,
because
I mean,
that's
I broke
not-
it down. I think as clear as day. I go ahead. That totally makes sense to me.
Okay, if you say so.
Nailed it.
I'm worried about the professionalism of the receptionist at the doctor's office. She literally lets a man come in to loiter and flirt with her. That happens in this movie. She says, "Oh, he's just here because he's lonely to chat." He sits down. HRP leaves the room and he does this side look at her like this, just like that, and that's the scene. She is not protecting. She's literally doing anything aside from her job at that point. Why are you doing that? That's not okay. And then she says, HRP finds the chess set in Dr. Ray's office. And she says that that is the same chess set from the earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
That's not, you could say it's a different one and whatever. It's the same one. And if it was, he would never put that out in the waiting room. The receptionist says he put the chess set out in the waiting room, but they had to take it out of the waiting room because the patients got too locked in to a game of chess. In the waiting room of a family doctor, there are enough people that A, know chess, B, have to be there together, C, are waiting long enough to get embroiled in a serious chess match. What in the holy Hades is going on in this movie?
As somebody who loves chess,
I love chess too. Grew up playing it. Love it. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Yeah, I'll just let that silence speak for itself. We can move on. Somehow Adrian, who we can say he's in his he's got a teenage daughter. He's in his 40s. His mom died a few years ago.
yeah.
And her house still has all of his children's toys in his bedroom in it. And I found that to be really weird. Like 40 plus year old, all of his toys are still out.
Some people do
That's-
that. That's a thing. But some people's childhood rooms stay the same.
The whole house has stayed the same. For 3 years, nobody's done anything to it, which is crazy. And then let's make sure I get this one. Well, first, Campbell soup, if you had any. I don't know if you have, but
It's
you
good.
should.
It's good. It's good. It's
solid.
good.
And then we have to do this now. The photo show of Dr. Ray winning the Hero Award is 6 pictures long. The picture that stays on the screen the longest is of him and his son. And during that time, almost staged, a girl comes up and hands HRP a candy cane, and she smiles in silence until the picture changes and she turns back around. What? How is that? No. What? She has to know.
I love that Dr. Ray knew she wasn't seeing it and did nothing.
Did nothing.
I guess I'll have to tell her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a great movie moment, but
Yeah, because it's not a great movie.
You're not a great movie, Dan.
Yeah, I'm not. You're right. That's true.
Nailed it.
Those are my wait what.
Hey, it's time for the Homework Inspired Show. We talk about questions that we still have. Panda.
I hate to go back to the diner one more time.
I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do hate it.
I do love it. She comes back after her date with what's his name? I can't.
Adrian Holmes is the actor.
Luke. Yeah. At the diner, and she's holding a tinfoil reindeer. Now I want to know.
Yeah.
Are her leftovers in the tinfoil
think so.
reindeer?
Yeah. Fine dining.
Who's
They do that
doing that? Because that's awesome. First of all,
bit. Yeah, that's a fine dining bit. Were they at the diner? Did
They
go-
went to the diner.
Oh yeah, I got nothing then.
No, they went to the diner.
That crazy lady getting everybody cider.
But I mean, there was a bow around the neck of the reindeer. It was
Inside it though, it's just cider packets. It's just
someone's gonna try this.
Cider for the road. Cider for the road.
Whether you
Where's
want
my food?
That's why anytime anybody asks for anything to go, she just pours cider on top of it. They're gonna get it whether they want it or not.
Cold together. Let's go.
Cider, baby.
I just want to know more about who's designing the tinfoil reindeer for leftovers. And do they do any other animals year round? Because that would be super fun. A duck.
Yeah. There was
It's a Christmas duck.
I have you take one duck.
Put it around. You go around town and you say, "Don't frown."
Oh, that's nice of the duck.
You waddle once, you flap it twice, you quack 3 times. It's the
Quack,
Christmas
quack,
duck.
quack, 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 quack. I have a couple of things. One is the legality behind the usage of a lightsaber.
Yeah.
And
the Force.
the Force,
And they were-
saying a galaxy far, far away.
I have a
mentioned
theory.
Darth Vader as
I have
well.
a theory. Did they say Darth Vader by name?
Yes.
Because
They do use
the
the-
music they play in the background when he's doing that is Star Wars adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like they were skirting it just enough to do things that, because when something becomes so popular, you can reference it as long as you don't reference it specifically because it's just a known commodity. Like there's nothing they can, like they never say Star Wars in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
so
say lightsaber.
they say lightsaber. Yeah. But that, they never say.
Lightsaber, I do not think is
Yeah.
actually a trademarked entity.
But once it gets, it's like when you're writing a paper, and like when I was getting my history degree, when you write a paper, if something is common knowledge, like George Washington is the first president of the United States, I would not have to cite that as a source in my paper because it is common knowledge that George Washington is the first president. And so Star Wars has become such an entity that unless you said, this is like Star Wars, I think you can skirt around that because people just know what a lightsaber is.
The only thing that was I was wondering about was because when he looks at the undecorated home, she goes like Darth Vader's home, which is a weird reference because Darth Vader doesn't ever have a home.
Yeah.
He also loves Christmas.
Yes.
So don't make assumptions.
Offensive.
big holly jolly fella.
Offensive. But I do wonder about using that because I was surprised by how much they
did it so many
integrated
times.
a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah.
They had the Star Wars figurines actually to the side. There was a stormtrooper. There
I was
a Darth Vader
very
doll.
fascinated about the legality behind that
Interesting
stuff.
Disney might want to take a look.
Yeah,
IP.
seriously.
IP alert.
I want to know what Luke is listening to. Almost each time he bumps his head while he's under something, he has his headphones in. I just want to know what the guy's jamming to because he's jamming it like he can't hear when someone walks in. He's obviously listening to something. So what is it? And last but not least, Gabby knows everything. Gabby knows everything.
She does.
And I want to know how Gabby knows some stuff that is easy to understand, but she knows like what is in a box, what's in mail. She knows everything. So how does she know it? How
That's
does
a weird
she
bit.
know
They
it?
tried to play it for laughs.
Yeah,
It just
I want to
didn't
know
work out.
how she knows it.
I have 2. One of them I think is just an easy yes, no that you may know the answer to. When a doctor comes in as a visiting doctor, which I did not know is a regular practice, but I assume it has to be in some smaller towns when a doctor gets injured or can't do their job anymore. Are there visiting doctor parking spaces? Are those real? Have you ever seen because at the beginning of this movie, she pulls into a spot that says reserved for visiting doctor. And I don't like it was going to
I've
be a
never
great
seen
one,
it.
but
I've never
I don't-
looked
yeah,
for it, so.
I'm just interested if that's an actual thing. If you're out there in the interwebs, you can answer that. Please do. And then second, is a geographic what the hallmark for me. Where is Holly Robinson Pete's hometown? Where they are now, Middlebrook, or wherever it is, and where is Vanderton University? I need to know those 3 things because it's wild to me that his daughter is going to Vanderton, where HRP went, and it's far enough away where she lives off campus because she's home for the holidays.
Okay.
But all of her friends also go to Vanderton because there's 4 friends that are also home, also go to Vanderton. And HRP went to Vanderton, and HRP's sister went to Vanderton.
And her sister lives close.
And her sister lives close to Vanderton. I just need to know because...
and close enough to Middlebrook.
At some point... It's weird that HRP has never heard of Middlebrook or never been. At some point. I don't think we're there, but geographically speaking, her sister could find it no problem and could drive. It's not even
I
a
would
full day
say
trip.
like we've probably heard of every town within 2 hours of Greenville.
I don't know. There's some backwoods. I would say we've heard of every town with over 5,000 people in it. Yes. There's some like Pumpkin Town. People haven't heard of that. That's got like a few hundred people
Heard
in
of Pumpkin Town?
But I'm talking, but you and I, because we're on the way there, but as an example, there are other towns like that we haven't. But over 5,000 people, yes, we have. Because That excludes a ton. Lyman doesn't have 5,000 people in it. Marietta doesn't have 5,000 people in it. Middlebrook is not a small town like those places I just named. It's bigger than that.
It's possible that you have a situation where they're surrounded by big towns, and so people obviously know the major cities, and maybe there's just some suburbs, regions. Like I
will grant that it's totally possible she's been moving around so much she never went.
Sure.
I just geographically would like to see a map
that's
where
a good
Vanderton
question.
is located in respect.
There's a
to
lot
where-
of people that have gone to Vanderton.
If it's far away, why is there like?
So the best thing the way I imagined it was, okay, so when I was living in North Carolina, we were about an hour and a half because of the mountain ranges to get to like Appalachian State.
Yeah.
Everyone went to App State.
right.
Everyone.
That explains the town very well.
But it doesn't. But it doesn't necessarily not because of the way App State was such a major university. You had a lot of people who would come and they didn't necessarily know the district. Like I lived in a place called Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Not everyone knew where Bethlehem was, but nevertheless, it had a very large 4-H.
That
high school or
explains
whatever,
all those
4A.
people from the town going. HRP and her sister both went. They're not from Middlebrook, and she's never heard of Middlebrook. I also could understand how that could be the case. I just want to see it on
Maybe
a map.
it's a big school.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Just want to see on the map.
yeah. I'm not complaining.
on the
And
map.
here's
Big-
the thing
big
about
maps.
Vanderton, though, because they're not going to stop working until the job is done,
And to their number one.
until they're number one.
What if they're number one and they feel like the job has not been
Well,
done
I
yet?
think the
keep
whole
working.
point is when they are number one, the
job is done. Yeah, I agree with that.
So it does. It is clear to everybody that they have yet to become number one.
So
there's
if they
still
don't-
work to be
but
done.
Does that mean that once they hit number one, they stop trying after that and then they sink back down?
It just doesn't matter as
Until
much.
the job needs to be done again.
Yes.
Okay, fair
Until you lose, So there is just a glorious time, right? where there's no work to be
being
done.
done.
We've done it.
We
love
did
it.
it.
We've done it and we've did it, everybody. Congratulations.
Yay.
We've did it. It's the last one of the week, everybody. And it's okay. I want everyone to know it's okay. Because we're going to be back next week, next Monday. So fun.
It's getting real.
It's about to get real. We're about to
right.
really pick things up. Guys, by 2 weeks from now, we're going to be over halfway.
You'll be neck deep.
Way over
a week,
halfway.
A
We'll be
week.
well
10 days from now, you're going to be neck deep in
Where
Back
am
to
I-
Hallmark episodes. Every day for 10 or 12 straight days. Right?
It's overwhelming. It's
It is,
overwhelming.
to think about it.
And I like it. It's time for the Double Dugger of the Week. It's part of the show we talk about people who've signed up for Brainwell Jam Plus. We want to celebrate their story because everybody matters.
Everybody
and
matters.
Panda, that's actually your life motto. Everybody matters. And so
Everybody
you
matters,
have
yeah.
committed yourself to doing the deep dive, to doing the Googles, to going down the rabbit holes of people's story. Dan, who do we have today?
We have, and this is a famous person.
Wow.
She is the season 2 History or His Story champion.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Sarah Brinkman.
Wow.
Sarah.
Well, that sounds like an easy story.
Well,
She
it
won
is
History
an
of
easy
His
story. Pretty exciting for me to tell this story, Bran. Sarah, because of her fame for winning History or His Story, she's been offered a radio program, call-in program. She's replacing John Tesh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Down. Does she still give advice or like helpful tips that don't matter?
Yeah, no, she's
What about
labeling
lists?
herself. Yeah, she's labeling herself the candy coach. You get to call in any advice about candy, lists about candy, anything about.
This is replacing the John Tesh
Tesh?
show?
Yeah, yeah.
What
no,
happened to Tesh?
People said we want less. His
Less
voice
Tesh.
is less Tesh.
This is really interesting because in my living room, and this is true, I have a record player, and during the holiday season, I like to have Christmas music going at all time. I don't
Yeah,
really
no.
want to flip the record though,
Sure,
like
sure.
all the time, and so I'll switch it over to the Christmas station, Magic here.
yeah.
John Tesh is on in the evenings. I know for a fact he was on last night. I
right. He
heard
was.
some Tesh.
No, he's on the way out, though.
When
Make
is
no
she
mistake.
taking over? Because I haven't heard her yet.
So early talks are saying it's going to be somewhere around the 24th
Christmas Eve?
of December. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve.
She's
of
going
this-
to take over.
on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
and then is
not
she going to
exactly.
continue, or is it just a one?
Oh
like,
no! It's a complete radio takeover.
Has she done any samples? Has she
Time
done
out,
any-
a complete radio takeover?
Yeah.
Like of all of radio?
No, just of John Tesh.
just a dot.
John Tesh is a syndicated show on a lot
right,
of different...
radio takeover, Dan.
Radio
I think I
takeover,
made that
Dan.
very clear.
You're
No,
right.
that is the
I'm sorry, I don't know
perfect
what I
way to
was
say it.
thinking. Yeah.
And she's gonna take it. She's gonna do it every night.
Yeah.
Have they done any tests?
Oh, a lot of samples, and I love them all. We have several clips.
We do. You want one? Da-na-na-na-na-na.
I got a question about candy.
Sure, go ahead.
I like all the caramels. I like Bullseyes and Buckeyes and Sugar Daddies and Maple Leafs, Hornet Swabs, Wriggly Digglies, Zing Zangs, and Zeeble Bobs.
Right?
Tell me some other caramels I may not have heard of.
Well,
Candy Crush.
it's interesting you said that. We just got a new study, and Kane's going to kill you all. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I don't know how long that's going to last, and she sounds like Tracy. Man.
I like it.
Yeah, I bet
She's
you
got
do.
some spice and everything nice. No sugar, though. It's going to kill you.
Trace, you sound like you've smoked a pack of menthols today.
You guys knew I cut it out a lot too long ago, but I'm back in.
Back on the wagon.
Yeah, 10 packs in the morning. And then I'm off for the afternoon. I really get that urge before lunchtime. And I just go bang, 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 shotgun. 10 at a time.
10 at a time?
10 at a time.
10 packs, I believe she said in morning.
Yeah.
In morning of her lungs, I guess.
No, in the morning.
In the morning. Okay. Got it.
From 6 to 6:30, 10 packs, bam.
Wow.
Before I get my coffee.
God bless.
God bless. God bless you all. We will be back on Monday with a brand new episode, a brand new week of Deck the Hallmark. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Brandon Gray and presented by Friendly TV. Our lovely set is decorated by Plum Home Decor. You can check them out at plumonmain.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast, go to bramblejampodcast.com. And to hear every Bramble Jam podcast ad-free, go to bramblejamplus.com.
Taking a tour of where your finances can go? Good plan. See how Northwestern Mutual's approach to financial planning is designed for your goals. Goals like protecting loved ones, growing investments, and planning for retirement. With our interactive tour, you'll discover how growth and protection work together to help make your dreams a reality. See what goes into a good financial plan at northwesternmutual.com/tour. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.